If anyone had told me having to see my period would cause me this much pain, trust me, I would totally pass. Since I started my period as an adolescent, I feared each month. The irritation, the terrible mood swing, vomiting, excess bleeding, and excruciating pain were the routine. The pain worsened when I discovered I had multiple fibroids. I couldn't stand nor walk well. I couldn't sleep. Pain became my first name. I lost jobs. Depression set in. Mental health issues. I even beckoned on death to evaporate me from the earth. Eventually, I had the fibers removed, and one was as big as a 5-month-old baby. I was even lucky I had the funds for that. Now take into consideration that a young girl who doesn't have access to affordable sanitary pads and isn't even educated on her menstrual cycle. Talk about what goes around your core. Let's end the stigma. Speak more about your pain. Speak more about your period. Take tasks off sanitary pads. End period poverty.
Period poverty can easily be defined as the inability to afford sanitary wares and products during menstruation. What cannot be exhaustively defined is the ripple effect of this type of poverty on women. Women do not only have to deal with the lack of essential sanitary products, they're also having to deal with the consequences of this lack. These consequences may include depression, lack of confidence, poor participation, school or work absenteeism, and diseases resulting from poor hygiene, amongst others. A big picture of the consequences trickles down to poverty. Period poverty only exists because poverty existed first. Women might not even have the sufficient amount of money to buy sanitary products because they cannot survive on their wages, or because these are women from rural communities and they are not enlightened. The lack of access to education, which can be said to be a byproduct of period poverty. Like a cycle, it keeps going on until it is broken. In fact, let me gist you. The total cost of sanitary pads over my lifetime will equal 600,000 naira. 1 in 5 girls misses school because she lacks access to period protection. And this is in urban communities. And the numbers are worse in our rural areas. Lack of menstrual hygiene leads to toxic shock syndrome or even cervical cancer. In severe cases, death. Without us bleeding, humanity won't be possible. It is not a want on my monthly shopping list. It is a need, and a need that should be priceless. Menstrual care is a human right. This is an echo of a society throttled with gender inequalities. And we ask that we educate everyone. We ask policymakers to take off tax from the production and sale of sanitary pads, and that communities come together to share free pads to those who cannot afford it at all. Let us join hands and end period poverty. This is a message from the Lagos hub of the Global Shapers community of the World Economic Forum. Shaper love.